What is going on, everybody? So I am back today to talk about not a new release film, but a film I watched completely randomly. And the reason why I watched this movie is because, as of lately, the actress Jenna Ortega is just taking over the world. And in the best way possible. She's an incredibly talented actress who I saw for the first time on the television series You, and was really impressed for such a young actress how incredible of a performance she gave. I then saw her in the Scream reboot and in the film The Fallout, and she's been in the Wednesday Addams TV show, and everything that I've seen her in, she's just given such a dedicated and amazing performance. And so I saw, looking through her film history, that she was in the sequel to the film The Babysitter, which I watched a few years ago. And to be quite honest, I enjoyed it. I thought it was really stupid and fun and dumb and entertaining. I love Samara Weaving, so I gave it a shot. And I had a lot of fun with it. Despite it not being a perfect movie, it was really entertaining, played into its goofiness. And so when I found out Jenna Ortega was in the sequel, I figured I would give it a shot. And so I'm going to be talking about it today, and that is The Babysitter, the Killer Queen. The Babysitter Killer Queen is directed by McG. 2 years after defeating a satanic cult leader led by his babysitter Bee, Cole's trying to forget his past and focus on surviving high school. But when old enemies unexpectedly return, Cole will once again have to outsmart the forces of evil. So as the description says, this takes place a couple years after the events of the first movie. You have the same actor playing Cole, the young kid from the first movie, who after the events of the first movie, no one believes him about all of the murders or anything because all the bodies were cleaned up. No one can find any evidence of anything happening, so he's belittled at school. He's treated horribly by virtually everyone except the girl that he's really into, that he's trying to date, and a couple of close friends who just kind of ignore the fact that he acts that way. And his girlfriend asks him to go out on this boating trip for this vacation. His parents are getting to the point where they're about to put him in an institutional school, and so he ends up going out there and he is visited by all of the people from the first movie, and you find out that there are people out to get him, while at the same time you're introduced to Jenna Ortega's character, who's a transfer student at the new school. She ends up showing up out there. The two of them pair up and have to fight for their lives. I did not expect to enjoy this movie as much as I did, and I enjoyed it even more than the first movie. I feel like a lot of that is in part to how amazing of a performance that Jenna Ortega gives in this movie. She is so dedicated to this role, has so much fun with her character. I feel like everyone in this movie is just a lot of fun. It's really stupid and doesn't take itself too seriously. I love that it plays into the gore effects in the movie really in a way that is over the top and silly and campy and fun. I love movies that don't take themselves super seriously, and this movie definitely does not take itself super seriously. And by the end of it, I just had a huge smile on my face. I was glad to see Samara Weaving show up in this again, even though it was for a very limited amount of time. The other characters from the first movie are in it way more, which is understandable because Samara Weaving's career has definitely blown up big time comparatively to where she was when the first Babysitter movie came out. Jenna Ortega is definitely some of the most screen time next to Cole, our lead character, who I feel like their character dynamic is really good. And it's just a silly, fun slasher movie. There are some jokes that definitely don't land, that are really stupid, but I feel like that's come to be expected with this type of a movie that's put directly on Netflix. But I feel like this is one of those that if you're into the slasher or the horror genres, that you're really going to appreciate this just because of the silliness of it all. And it's really just kind of over the top and fun and engaging and enjoyable, and it's something that I can see myself watching over and over again, which is nice when you watch a movie that just feels like it's so engaging and fun that you could watch it again and again. Some of the twists towards the third act just get so ridiculous. You're just like, who comes up with this type of stuff? And it was so fun to watch some of the creativity behind the kills in this movie. It's just something that I really enjoyed, and I'm glad that I got a chance to watching it, because for the longest time I didn't have any interest in watching this one, and I ended up enjoying it quite a bit. So have you seen The Babysitter Killer Queen? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Leave me a comment down below and let me know what you thought. I thought this movie was a lot of fun. Despite it not being perfect, it's still really enjoyable and goofy, and I can always appreciate these type of films. As always, if you can like the video and subscribe to the channel, it helps me out a lot and lets me know the type of content you're looking for. I'm always putting out new material and look forward to getting more out for you in the near future. As always, everyone, thank you so much for watching, and have a great rest of your day.